Welcome to I'm From the Internet, a podcast about no one by nobody. Who cares? I am punished, disgraced, rejected, reviled comedian Winslow Dumaine. Not even a fucking comedian anymore. I am nothing. I am dust in the wind. And I am sitting here with internet historian Jaybrandstetter, and a man who has absolutely better things to do. Jay, how have you been in the last 60 seconds?
I had to get Fred an ibuprofen. He wasn't feeling well, so
damn.
I had a break there.
All right, well, gonna double up on that tism. Yeah, boy. This sucks. Last time we spoke with you, we were talking about Jennifer Murphy. She is a wealthy fail daughter of... What did her parents even do?
I couldn't find the specifics, just that her dad was an entrepreneur, so I'm assuming he owned some business or something.
Okay. Yeah, she made a bunch of shitty YouTube videos. She tried to act and failed. She was assaulted by the president and loved it, apparently. Her words, not mine. Is just a kind of an increasingly out of control lunatic who is trying to blend her toxic positivity bullshit with like this really sneering racism, and now is trying to pivot as hard as possible to the right wing. It is starting to make me think of what is that Miranda Sings chick who was like doing really pedophilic shit and then like pulled out her little ukulele and sang a song about how it's okay for her to be a pedophile.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video when she was blowing up for her insane apology video for like being a bizarre child predator. Which one? Love it when a lady's a child predator as a victim of one. I don't like it when they do the thing. I do like it when it's not a man who is being hated. I want representation of all genders. It's not just the dudes who are predators. But Miranda Sings put up a video where she's like, my lawyers told me that I shouldn't talk about this, but I need to address it through song. And she plays a little ukulele song about how like it was just like a sleepover with a bunch of underage fans that just got out of hand, and it's actually kind of their fault for making a big deal about it. So that was blowing up. It's vile. She sucks and is bad, but I happen to have an antique concertina, like a little squeeze box accordion, and so I just had this. I have a really ugly video of me in my basement. Where I'm just like, my lawyer says that I should not mention any of this at all, but he did not say that I shouldn't sing about it. And I take out the thing and it's just, and while I'm just squeezing the box, I just go, I'm sorry for what I done to those boys. Oh God. My dad loves buying me broken musical instruments. He has bought for me that concertina. He's gotten me a clarinet. God, what else has he got? I have some. He has some other bizarre musical instrument that he got to me. Like, and the joke that I tell is that he's trying to make me into a. He wants to just put together like his own one man haunted jug band with me as the center figure for it. But yeah. Anyways, the last we left off, the way that I just summarized it to a friend is that she made a very stupid racist music video called "I Want to Be Ninja," which is, I'm pronouncing it the way that it's spelled. Okay,
yeah, she spells it's like a proper noun. Yeah, distinguish herself from I guess the non-trademarkable ninjas.
Yeah, exactly, which are actually owned by Lego. And so she made this stupid video. There's backlash to it, and she initially apologizes and then says, I actually never apologized. And then re-uploads it and like tries to do this right-wing pivot into like talking about Oregon Energy or whatever the fuck. She just tries to do the usual thing that you do when you've been canceled. You try to move to the right. I'm amazed that I haven't seen Marilyn Manson do any right-wing stuff. Surprisingly. The most right-wing thing he's done is the pedophilia. But I'm kidding. But he, so she has this shitty music video, and she's like, I'm going to move past it. I'm going to move towards making people smile and laugh. That was in 2016, and it has defined every moment of her existence for a decade. And now she has a movie, a non-woke action movie coming out in this year, you said?
It came out last year.
Last year. So again, 3 years from now, imagine I'm coming out with Chicago Rat Hole the movie, and it's racist. And nobody wants to watch it. Yeah. I did turn down multiple different documentaries about the rat hole. But yeah, anyways, take it away, Jay.
Oh yeah, so the first thing you see when the movie starts is this title card. Today, most people assume ninja is from Japan, when in reality, ninja originated in China. So that sets the tone quite well, because this is basically a feature-length response video. It's all about setting up how, no, it wasn't actually racist. Actually, it's totally cool. It's a lot of stuff like that is very specifically referencing stuff that people complained about in the video, like the Japan and China thing.
Okay. Is it all 4:3, or is this just how you cropped the photos?
I was doing screenshots on YouTube, and the subtitles were all over the place. So I originally took some of these for Blue Sky, so I was trying to get a bunch in one post, so it might be square that way. But yeah, no, it's widescreen.
Okay, I was about to say that would be pretty funny. Anyways,
yeah, she really liked the Wes Anderson movie and was like, "Hell, I can do that."
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
Okay, so also fun thing about the documentary. So throughout the document, a couple of the Jennifer Murphy quotes had that white ninja emoji next to them, like we were joking about. Those are quotes from the first 5 minutes of the Ninja movie, where Jennifer Murphy introduces herself and tells you her entire life story before the movie begins. Like, she opens the movie with a condensed version of this episode with those exact quotes, like the buying her first home at 21, Miss Oregon under a bridge. One I didn't include, it's funny, she talks about flying on private jets after meeting Trump, which has very different connotations now.
Okay, let me find her name. She looks like an evil Blair Saki. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. She was on a comedy festival that I was on. She's great. Give her a follow. Blair's is very, very funny. She just looks like an evil Blair. Because she's like a very I don't know. Blair has this really lovely belligerent blonde quality, and it's like kind of a funny look for her, but Blair's actually a very nice person from all the brief encounter that I had with her in comedy. But she just looks like you can see the anger in her from how she's styled her hair. Do you understand what I mean? Like, this is a woman who fucking screams at her son's soccer coach. This is a woman who backhands the player who pinned her boy in wrestling practice. Like, this is a woman who loses her fucking mind at a Trader Joe's parking lot. Just this is a woman who is one step away from Heiling Hitler if you push her just a fucking little bit.
Woman with multiple targets she's not allowed to go to anymore.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, God, that's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, this movie is weirdly complicated. There are like 4 concurrent Jennifer Murphy storylines going on. There's real life Jennifer Murphy breaking the fourth wall and talking about herself, which is like the frame story. Then there's movie Jennifer Murphy, who has a fictional son who reads a comic about Go Girl, a superhero whose mild-mannered alter ego is Jennifer Murphy, a model and entrepreneur at Go Girl magazine. What? This is like recursive self-insert fiction here.
What's crazy is that, like, I don't, how do I put it? It's like a curation of narcissistic personality disorder. Like, if you imagine you went to a building where they just made up a movie about you and your cool life, and there were people wearing shirts with your face on it, and people were like quoting you back and forth, and there's like all of these really awesome, like, you were there for 6 hours a day for a week just doing like press photos and all these different outfits, and like then you can just do this this panspermia across the internet of like putting yourself out there, and then this movie about you, and it's just you telling your stories to the camera about how you're from Florida, and you know, the internet was just a big part of your life, and all like it's just, I don't think that she was originally, she's probably very egotistical, but I don't think that she was this degree of like completely self-obsessed. But now it's the only thing that she has, because the only person who's not criticizing her for being a jackass is herself. And so she just has to constantly dive inward.
God, yeah, I know that's part of why it's like seeing like how the past decade of sort of like how as she has sort of spiraled from this is an interesting part of that. Like she does feel like a different person in this compared to, but not in a good way.
Right.
And the actual plot is very disjointed. It feels like her just taking stuff she was doing for her YouTube channel or as part of her daily life and stringing a narrative between them. Like there's one point where she gets her hair done. Like she goes to her salon and it's like a scene of her getting her hair done for real. But she's ostensibly in character as Go Girl doing it for plot reasons. It's like, I don't know. I think you just want to get your hair done.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen John Wilson Talks With You? I think I've
mentioned some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned this to you before.
One, yeah.
Where he is talking about his like things that he can write off on his taxes and like how to split the check. And one of the things that he starts doing is just like, so if I film content of me buying the things that I need and then that goes into an HBO show, can I write off the purchases that I make into my taxes? And the very, very wet behind the ears tax advisor that he's talking to is like, that's interesting. I think that you could actually do that. But yes, that is very interesting. Every question he responds to is actually, that's a very interesting question. It's very like he learned that from How to Win Friends and Influence People kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And then the joke would be that he buys a Ferrari and writes it off on his taxes, but it's just him like buying gum. And he's just like, I can write this gum off on my taxes, which I think that the way that there's always a moving target for what you want to do with comedy, where like, is it funny to go as big and as hard as possible? Well, we've kind of done a lot of that with YouTube screaming at the camera extreme shit. And now I think with like John Wilson and Joe Pera, I think the funniest thing that you can do in a lot of jokes is to just like not go ultra high heavy and then just be like, yeah, well, now I just bought some Bubblicious and now I can write off $1.75 on my taxes. I think that's really funny.
Yeah. That's a good bit. I like it. Yeah. Cool. And then so after the 5-minute life story, we get a Kill Bill Volume 1 riff with her getting a katana. And right off the bat, there's someone speaking Japanese with subtitles, and the subtitles are stilted and ungrammatical, suggesting that same type of accent and how they talk. Like, I stopped making katana because I don't want to make anything to kill people. Don't use it for bad thing. Use it for a good cause. Promise me. Like, really not beating the racism allegations with this.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is bad. I mean, we're doing a double header with the chicken cheese episode and this now of just talking about like how language can be employed in a racist way. It's just, there are hundreds of millions, if not billions, of white people who have yet to come to understand that racism is more than cross burnings and the N-word. That it is like a constellation of stupid little things that you do. And having an Asian man say, don't use it for bad thing, use it for a good cause, promise me, in like kind of broken English. It's just, it's bad.
It is. Right off the bat, too. Like, yeah. How racist everything. And then, so after, just to also illustrate how crazy the editing on this, there's one part where her son unzips his backpack. It takes 3 cuts to show him unzip the backpack and pull out the comic. So it's about to loop. Yeah.
Oh, like, man.
This is some YouTube ass. Here we go. Watch.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow. The comic book. Oh, and it's all white. You can tell that it was just printed off at Kinko's.
Yeah. Whoever's editing it doesn't know how to composite stuff, so whenever they show a comic or a graphical effect, they just do an overlay straight on the thing. Like, it's not edited in at all. Like, you can see, bam, there's the picture. Like, if you loaded up the image
you're
in
right,
Vegas.
Man. That's so funny. It is just like when you drop an image onto the timeline of a video you're editing, and it's just like it cuts to a still image of that. This is rough. Boy,
Yeah.
fuck.
Very, very low budget. And also to compound that, the parts with Go Girl are trying to do a live action comic book aesthetic on no budget. So some of it's really like this is, I think, one of the most flashy example of that, this part here.
Oh yeah, this is bad. It's just like photos that they're having bounce around on the screen, and like
they've been run through a filter to make them look a little blurry to suggest they've been drawn, but they're very obviously photos.
Oh yeah, God. It's like, there's a lot of discussion now with like 4K upscaling, how a company bought the IP rights of Plants vs. Zombies, the game from a million years ago, and have like completely scrubbed the original artists from it, and then have like gone back and they paid somebody else to do drawings of existing assets in the game so that they could pass those off as concept art. But that's not how you do it. Concept art is to show like the stages of development.
Yeah, you're working backwards.
Yeah, and so like the original was, I believe, to a degree, pixel based. Everything's pixel based, but you know what I mean. And so they upscaled it and then like blurred it down, so it's just worse. It's just like muddier. It doesn't pixel graphics. It's crazy that just like in a grid of colored squares can create, even if it's just like 64 by 64, can create a very evocative image. Like Doom Guy's face from the original Doom looks great. It's really evocative of the exact fucking thing that they're trying to get you to see. And then you do that with cell shading, and it looks like shit. It's blurry and muddy, and there's no like hard lines to it. And you're seeing just that kind of same thing here. It just looks like shit.
It does, yeah. And there's also some hand-drawn art they use as transitions. Oof. Where it looks, I wonder if Jennifer drew it herself. It looks very, like...
this is done on Fiverr. This is all done on Fiverr.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of the WikiHow artists were having a slow day.
Yeah.
And a very fun detail is that Chow, the villain, he's a streamer, and he's evil because he sells merch to kids. Unlike Go Girl, who is good because she gives kids toys for free to promote her YouTube channel. Like, this is an actual stunt that Jennifer Murphy would do in her videos, where she drives a little pink Barbie around, and just gives out toys to strangers on the street in a little U-Haul thing with her YouTube channel on it. So she's putting that in the movie. Again, everything she does is in this movie. She can't stop promoting herself.
Oh, God. Buckethead did it first and better. I'm just going to say that. Because every Buckethead show that I've gone to, he has a big bag of toys that he gives to the people in the audience. And at one of his shows, he was in Omaha, and he would always come through Omaha like 2-3 times a year. Buckethead was constantly touring. And he recognized that one of the kids, he's like 10, 11, 12, in the audience, had the chicken bucket on his head and had the white masks, and he was dressed up as a bucket bot, which is a character from the Buckethead lore. All of this sounds insane. I implore you, dear listener, listen to some Buckethead. It's really fucking good. If you're into metal, listen to the Cuckoo Clocks of Hell. If you're into proggier stuff, I would say listen to Buckethead Land Volume 2. If you're into anything, Albino Slug. Great albums, there's 3. But he reaches into this bag and gives him a VHS copy of Halloween with a Post-it note with Buckethead had drawn a little picture of himself, a little bucket with the stick straight hair, and he just said, "This is one from the coop, signed Buckethead," and gave it to the kid. Oh my God, dude. That's amazing. Like, that's such a beautiful little thing. He just like noticed this kid at his show, and he made sure to give him something not just valuable, but like, evocative of the type of stuff that he was into when he was that age. It's cool. Anyways,
yeah, that's super cool.
This lady sucks and is not cool.
Yeah, less cool stuff. Yeah, like a recurring thing in the movie is that Jennifer Murphy spends a lot of time being scantily clad or in stages of undress, which really clashes with the idea of this. This is essentially a story that her son is reading and loving. Like, it cuts to him like enjoying the story and reacting to stuff. It's like just for what looks and feels like a kid's movie, so much of this is her, like, not that there's anything wrong, but just in terms of being, like, the whole thing of this mood of her wanting to be younger, like, wanting to be younger than she is. Just constantly, like when they show her sleeping, she's wearing, like, a negligee with a robe half closed over it. There's one part where she's out on the street and she's wearing, like, a see-through shirt with just a bra under it. Like, it just feels odd for what's a kid's movie, kind of.
As a man who is very much into women that are older than him, there's few things so off-putting and as unattractive. Not that, like, who fucking cares what I think? I get it. I'm a man. Do whatever you want, ladies. But, like, when a 37-year-old woman, when a 40-year-old woman, 45-year-old woman dresses like their age, well, oh, kill me. It's so good. It's fabulous. It's divine. A woman who is fully in her own and has her own style and is confident in her own body, that's great. But it's weird when you see someone who is like 40 and they're desperately trying to look like a 23-year-old party girl. You're not that. You could be so beautiful and so put together, but you are desperately trying to look like a thing that doesn't exist anymore. You're not that. This style doesn't exist anymore. You're not bringing anything back. It's just tragic, you know?
Yeah, it's a costume.
Yeah, it's a costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And it has been almost a decade since the original song, too. Like, this is 2024, so it's been 8 years, like we mentioned in the earlier part, yeah.
Yes.
And also, there's a part where, I mentioned the mobile game earlier. They use the graphics from the mobile game as little animated interstitials in the comic book section sometimes. So it just straight up shows, like, mobile game footage of Chow running across the screen while sound effects played.
So that's, like, that's a straight through line to our Uwe Boll episode. Because it's real video game footage from a mobile game in a feature-length movie.
Yeah, she House of the Dead in it.
These are the people who are going to gobble up AI. They're going to love it, dude. Because it's just a quick way to just make shit content fast. Yeah, and again...
like she doesn't care about the movie, she just cares about having made a movie.
Like that, what was her fucking name? God. She's some, like, fail star influencer. I can't remember her fucking name, but she keeps talking about writing a book. She had some sort of, like, big convention that was just for her and her friends, and then, like, she promised it's going to be, like, a sleepover. We're going to make everybody lunch. It's going to be so fun. And then, like, nobody got any food. It was a complete disaster. God, it'll come to me. It's very funny. But one of the things that the editor of the publishing company that had reached out to her, like, hey, you have millions of followers, you want to write a book, we'll help you write a book. And then she just, like, never submitted any work. And he was like, if you want to keep this contract with us, you show up in my office, you put your phone down, you sit down at this computer and you write. And she just, like, couldn't do it. And eventually they just hired somebody else to write the book and she'd put her name on it. But what he had said of her was, she doesn't want to write a book. She wants to have written a book, you know? And, like,
yeah,
as someone who, like, I have posted a lot about, like, the work that went into making this card game. And I have real life living, breathing people that are like, you know, it would have been easier if you just used AI and you just shat out a bunch of random, like, glop for these cards. And, like, no, obviously not. But if they're beyond that, if there was a button where 2 years ago I could have all of those images just, like, appear on a hard drive and be done, no, I wouldn't do it, because it's the meat and the gristle and the bone of the art is when you're figuring shit out. It's so much more interesting to have to sift through what does and doesn't work, to have to learn how these pens work, how to, like, I learned so much about Photoshop and about art and design to make all of this shit happen by doing it meticulously by hand and taking the time. I prefer that to, like, AI schlock infinitely, man. So, yeah, this shit sucks, but you'd already knew that.
Oh, yeah, no, it does. I guess speaking of shit that sucks, there is one part, the villain Chow, the way that they make him sympathetic is he has a dead child, and this shrine to the dead child is very funny, because it's, like, made out of, like, Hobby Lobby stuff. Like,
yes.
Just, like, I've seen this exact box at every craft store, and the wood letters that have been stamped out. It's very, But she puts a little ceramic Buddha in it, so you know it's Asian.
Well, you know what, man? As someone who has a lot of shrines to dead children, I would say this is just C tier. I've seen some pretty rough ones, but you know, you can do a lot more than this. They do. That's got to be a Zen garden. That's what it is. They just didn't include it in the shot. There's a little box up front. You can't tell what's in it. That's got to be a Zen garden. It's got to be a little sand garden. You know what I mean? With like the little rake.
God, yeah. They saw it, the checkout line, and were like, "Ooh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do."
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Then half an hour into the movie, real life Jennifer returns and to talk more about the origin of the ninja story. This is what she this is what she brings in Fiona, her friend from the video, to do a parody of the O-Ren Ishii fight from Kill Bill, except it's her fighting Fiona with the sword. And
damn it, Fiona, we were fucking rooting for you. I stood up, I went on a soapbox about anti-Asian racism and how gross it is. And here you are, co-starring in I Want to Be Ninja. Come on, man. I believed in you. I mean, like, hey, you look great here. I'm glad that you wanted to be a beauty pageant lady, and that's what you're doing. That's good. But like, boy, this sucks. Also, that outfit, Jesus Christ. The outfit that Jennifer is wearing here, again, I don't wish, like, I'm not criticizing her body. Her body is fine. Even if it wasn't, it's fine. But this outfit is like a very roughly, it's a corset with a very roughly bottom, and then it's just like a pink bodysuit. And so because it's a turtleneck, it does kind of look like she's being like squeezed out. And, you know, usually your corset, like ruffles are usually, you know, there to hide a little bit of extra body that you might want to hide. But she doesn't really have that. And so the ruffles go out really far. And so it just kind of has this eerie, like she put on legs that were too small. You know what I mean? So it is kind of like when you're in a video game and you put on armor that doesn't fit your character model. And so it's just kind of like this big extra empty space. Yeah, she in the earlier images you had here, Jennifer does look like she is auditioning to be a Trump. Like she looks like like if you do your hair just right, that you can just become a member of the Trump family. And I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's very good. God. Yeah, and also after these parts, she goes back to Jen's YouTube movie. Like she has these are explicitly outside of the movie as like her talking to the audience before going back to the movie. You know, all good movies come with instructions telling you when the movie's starting again. There's
a universe where this could be made by someone else about something else that's really funny. You know, like if it were not a racist woman crashing out for a decade about a stupid racist video she made. Like, imagine if it was the guy from the waffle fries video that was like mega viral, the black and white video of the black man walking through the forest going like, talk about how he wants his fucking waffle fries. Imagine an hour and a half long video talking about like the philosophy of waffle fries or like the philosophy of that video and how it came to be recorded. And they go back to the original place and they're talking with the original people. That would be kind of funny, but this isn't. So,
yeah, this kind of reminds me of like when those YouTube people like the AVGN or Channel Awesome would make a movie about themselves, except they actually had like characters and lore from doing those shows for years. They could at least reference things. Here, she just has the one video.
Yeah, that's it. And like what you were saying about like the car is that it does kind of have this, I don't know, like. How do I put it? It wants to be part of a bigger universe that it just doesn't have. But if it was done earnestly, it could be really, really funny. But it is just like, it's just a woman burning money because she has nothing better to do. She could just live a simple life. But
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, she's addicted to this now. It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything to say. So, like you mentioned Neil Breen earlier. Like, that's one of the things that reminds you of Neil Breen is like the complete and utter lack of conflict. Like, everything she does, she's great at and succeeds at. Like, she runs the Go Girl magazine. She's the cover model of the magazine that month, and everyone is going, "I'm confident this is an amazing direction for the magazine. The numbers are going to go sky high." Like, everyone's praising her for putting herself on the cover of the magazine. Like,
And
it is just so, yeah.
here's the thing. The cover of this big fake mock-up magazine is Jennifer posing in the same pose, in the same kind of suit, in the same setting of the extremely, like, the Farrah Fawcett photo. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly. She's doing a very clear,
it's an homage to Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
And oh god, what's her name? Blonde. Okay, what's the name of the movie? No Time to Die. Cast. Come on. Leah Sadu. She's the love interest. I mean, she's a great actress. She's the love interest in the last few Bond movies, right? And she was in some photo shoot where they tried to make her look like Marilyn Monroe. And the thing is Leah Sadu is devastatingly beautiful. She's unbelievably, uniquely beautiful. She's this really unique face, just incredibly beautiful woman. Marilyn Monroe, also a terribly beautiful woman, iconic. But when you try to look like someone else who's more iconic than you, you can't help but fall short. And so I'm looking at this woman attempting her variation of an iconic photo, and it's just like, I don't see any place where you've excelled. I can only see places where you've failed. And I think that that's kind of a big part of her whole life, is a refusal to just be her natural self, insisting on being a YouTuber, and then like latching on to the most extreme failure of her career and making that her whole identity, you know?
Yeah. Well said. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
And like another example of that is there's a scene where her fairy Twinkle twin shows up to encourage her, also played by Jennifer Murphy. And I'm pretty sure she's called that because fairy godmother sounds too old for a character that she's playing. Like, no, of course, my fairy is just like me. She's young and hot and cool, and she'd never be old.
Is that her actual kid?
No, she doesn't have kids. That's a big part. The story is it's fictional.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she's well beyond the demographic for the people that she's trying to court, because they would all say that she's like washed up because she didn't have kids at 16. Yeah.
That too. Yeah. She had that divorce in the 2000s, but they never had kids, and that's been it from what I can tell. Yeah.
That's it.
And also, like, just cause, like, her personal trainer gets a segment, which is very funny because it's like this feels like somebody's LinkedIn reel almost at this point, except everyone's talking about what a mess she was.
Yeah.
Like, I have this quote from him. I met Jennifer Murphy about 15 years ago. She was so distraught.
And I have to say, this man is obviously in great shape. He's a boxer, but he's not like shredded. He just kind of looks like a fairly good, in pretty good shape, a bald black man with a kind of a silvery beard. He's I don't know. I would expect her to have a much more extreme looking personal trainer. But I don't know, just an interesting touch, because he's not like immediately intimidating the way that some personal trainers are.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the part after this is like, I think maybe it was, is she self-Borats. She takes a class in Chinese calligraphy just to show that she's really truly not racist. And we have all this whole segment of her in this fancy little outfit going to this nice Chinese man's house and practicing calligraphy with like a bunch of other people. And it's just like, I paid money to do a thing. I'm not racist anymore. See?
I think that it's kind of a Cube situation where nobody involved in this had any idea what they were getting involved in. You know, I don't think that she was like, hi, just like, I can't like do an impression of her being racist, because then the audio clip is just me being racist. But she's not going to go over to this guy and be like, I'm making a movie called I Want to Be Ninja, which is about me fighting an evil Asian man. Do you want to be in it? That guy's probably going to be like, no, I'm good. But I also, maybe maybe she did. Maybe she was like, it's just like this, but like, there's a way that really racist shit, especially like when you can only see this tiny little close-up part, you're like, well, my part wasn't racist. I had no idea what the fuck else it would be. So maybe he just had no idea, you know? I don't know. I wonder a lot about this stuff of just like, how much do people know? And then like, maybe, you know, in movies, you're only in the scenes that you're in. So you have no idea if the rest of the movie is just going to be a total fucking disaster, you know?
Yeah. One neat detail from that, though, I'd never seen is like, you know how when we learn how to write our letters, we have those big lines with the dash across the middle to help do the shapes of the letters? For the calligraphy, theirs is like little squares that have been divided into 8 segments by lines going through it to help break it up into where you do the different strokes. So it's just kind of neat to see, like, oh, that's how they teach those. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I learned a teeny tiny little bit about calligraphy when I was making the Restless game. Not that there's any calligraphy in it, but I like how to use that type of pen and how to work with that type of ink was it's interesting. It does not allow for failure, and so you just have to embrace it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where you talked about people fake renting the private jets earlier, because there is a scene after they put out the magazine where they celebrated on a yacht, presumably so they had an excuse to rent a yacht for the wrap party for the movie. Because, yeah, we just get like a couple minutes of all the characters just partying on a boat while music plays, and they get little comic pop-ups over it. This is really kind of stretching for time.
Do you think that that's what happens every time a magazine puts out a magazine? You know what I mean? Like, out of all of the magazines that I've worked with, they're just like a bunch of overworked 20-somethings that are just like desperate to fill the fucking pages. And yeah, I don't think that they get together and go on a yacht for the first, second, or third issue of Go Girl magazine, an online-only publication that does not receive money. Yeah, and with a little clip art on top of it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the fake comic effects are really, really bad.
Yeah.
Also, 56 minutes in, we get another cut to real Jennifer Murphy for Chapter 4, Canceled But Still Alive.
Oh, my God.
God. Yeah, just...
I've been in this basement for 4 fucking hours. Okay.
We're almost done.
No, I'm not complaining. It's just like, there's still more. Oh, God, and that's when Hitler had That's when Musk had... had Skeeter hair.
Yeah, we get a super cut. We get the super cut of right wing figures complaining about cancel culture, interspersed with clips of streamers calling her racist. So yeah, we get like Elon Musk in a Babylon Bee thing talking about wokeness making comedy illegal, and then it's look, they're trying to make comedy illegal by laughing at me. Here's Joe Rogan talking about
Tim Dillon,
how comedy is being threatened by the woke mob. Just fully just sledgehammer do it all. Yeah.
Editor's note. Elon Musk did not have Skeeter hair. He had, who's the bully in Doug?
Roger.
Roger. He has Roger hair. Where he just has that the little curly Q, or wavy blob on his head. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. All this sucks.
Just to drive home how low rent this is. In the scene after this, there's a delivery man, and he's wearing what is very clearly like a joke Halloween costume because they didn't want to buy an actual uniform for this. It says Big Loads Box Servicing, and when they zoom in on his thing, it's this large package expert. Like, this is a Halloween costume. And he's like a main character. He's like right in the front of the scene during this.
That's a thing that happens in like self-funded comedy films where they are like so desperate to pack as many jokes in as possible, which is a good thing to do. There are so many comedy movies that I've seen where it's just like, oh, you forgot to make this scene funny. You just like had a long scene with no jokes in it. But they will be so desperate for jokes that they'll just like grab anything, including other people's jokes, including just like existing jokes, or they'll just like paraphrase a different joke from another movie. And so, yeah, this is just like yoinking somebody else's material. This is embarrassing.
Yeah,
and you can see that
another personal trainer.
The shit's coming off of his shirt too.
Yeah, it's just like paper cutouts of letters that have been. You can see the Scotch tape they used to stick it on.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Very unserious movie. Yeah. And so basically all these training montages, in the end, they're ultimately useless because when she fights Chow, he beats her, so she just tases him and wins. That's how she beats him.
I feel like we skipped over the whole storyline aspect of it. We just got a lot of scenes.
The actual story, Yeah, is just like at the very beginning, is Chow shows up and he's like, I'm gonna mess with Go Girl. And that's just her going about her day doing this stuff, except, oh, Chow showed up and oh, he's making fun of me. Oh, he put a paint thing in my toy factory and now I got paint on me. It's just, there's very little plot in this. It's mostly just her going around doing stuff. That's why at the very end it's like, oh yeah, I gotta beat up Chow, and then she goes there and tases him with the taser her fairy Twinkle Twin gave her.
Cool.
It's a very disjointed movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of the Feynman thing of it's like, it's not even wrong. It's like, I can't even criticize this thing that is like, it's not even coalesced into being a thing. It's just a series of events that have occurred on a screen in front of me. There's not really a whole lot to grab onto here.
Like the most interesting thing about the ending part of it is that this movie is basically a Shaggy dog story to justify the take Chow down to Chinatown line as not being racist. Because after she beats up Chow, she takes him to a restaurant called Chinatown and even says, I didn't know this is what you meant when you said you were taking Chow down to Chinatown. Like she's highlighting, see, it wasn't racist. There was a reason for me to say that. It's so priorities.
Yeah, all of this is bad. I do like that his face is covered in Band-Aids. I think that's at least a funny little... That's fun.
Afterwards they're both covered in Band-Aids because they fought each other. That was a cute joke.
Yeah, God, ooh, geez. Some of these drawings of her are... It's funny how when you're doing a very simple drawing, just one extra little line on the neck really shows that the original source inspiration was a 36-year-old woman and not the 20.
No, she was born in 79. She's in her mid 40s.
Oh yeah, no, that tracks then. Jesus Christ. Whew.
God, yeah. And then just her son's like, oh yeah, the comic book about you is super cool. I love it. And then
dude,
and she tries to make it
that wig she's wearing is fucking insane. Oh my God.
Oh God.
That looks like a
Express wig.
It looks like a StarCraft fantasy ship kind of thing. It's just like it's like a Protoss, just a single blade of hair.
PS2 hair. That thing is just a helmet.
If you don't know what I'm referring to here, dear listener, imagine in your head an apostrophe. There you go. That is her hair. It is a razor sharp apostrophe that is contoured exactly to the shape that you're thinking here. This is rough.
Oh God. So you're supposed to style the wigs. Oh no.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, her sort of inspirational message is you remember you have a ninja in you. And then the last line of the movie is the true meaning of the word ninja is the one who can endure. So she's not owned, she's enduring.
Is that what ninja means?
I don't think so, no. But I think that's her button on this whole thing is she's enduring. Okay,
hang on. What does ninja mean? It means that someone is skilled in the art of ninjutsu. Okay, so the original word, Japanese and ninja, it literally means spy. So not even close. It's like it sucks in such a broad way that there's like it's not so bad it's good. It's not so bad that it's interesting. It's just so bad.
It is entrancing. Also, the final thing, the credits are over her performing the credit song to an adoring audience of people filming her on her phone. Like, this is such a window into her as a person.
Yeah, again, it's just a cottage industry of just giving people narcissistic personality disorder. Fuck. Man, all of this is bad.
It really is. Like, yeah, I see what the fact that nobody has talked about this too. Like she did go viral for that, and like nobody even cares about her doing this. I think I'm the first person I found talking about this. There's no YouTubers I've seen talking about this movie. It's not written up. It's just I'm their audience. It's us. We're the people in the front row there.
I'm putting this out there. This is if we need the next episode that we unlock from our pod has to be this.
Sounds good.
Because this is just such an insane. Oh boy, fuck.
Our society has failed because we create people like this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and my last bit here is just sort of where she currently is. Her Instagram is full of paid follows. Her last post was half a year ago, and you can find one of the only posts that isn't very obviously fake, like excellent emoji, brilliant post emoji, fabulous emoji is. So what's up with that racist ninja song you did in 2016?
Oh man, this is why every time I see that Gus fuck on Instagram Reels, I'm just like, I'm so glad you took time away from abusing the fuck out of your girlfriend to make these terrible Reddit jokes. Every time, I'm always gonna drop a comment just like, hey man, we remember what you did to your girlfriend. Yeah, this is I do love it when people are haunted. Jesus Christ.
And she's now so desperate for the ninja thing. She tried to do it again. She did a new song called I Want to Be a Matador that she sings in a Speedy Gonzalez accent while a Latino guy in a cowboy hat scowls. But nobody bit because it was very obviously staged. And then later on, she dropped a reveal video. Oh, the Matador is actually one of my friends. 1.1K views. Like, nobody cares.
Oh, man. It's like...
She's just repeating it, trying. She's cargo culting her own success, just doing it over and over again, switching things up. Like it'll happen again. It'll happen again.
Except she's just culting, and nobody's biting. Like it's been a fortune being poured into this wretched fucking pursuit. Oh God, this is painful, man. Like.
Yeah, and she's still, her most recent YouTube video was like 4 weeks ago. She's pretty regularly making stuff. When that Great Jeans ad was going up, she did her own riffs on it. She's still trying to get plugged into the zeitgeist.
Yeah, and it's all of her stuff is Jennifer Murphy has great jeans. Jennifer Murphy has badass jeans. And it's just like...
Jennifer Murphy Ninja Lady. Jennifer Murphy Go Girl. I want to be Ninja Lady. Like,
oh, God. Yeah, she's just like... desperately, and it's all soft pastel pink. It's all like this cute Target accessible bullshit for hyper feminine people who are like, oh God, yeah. And then the most recent video is love, forgiveness, and living each day like it could be your last with Amira Barkat. And it's just these are the women who are girl bossing themselves directly into the fucking sun. Jesus Christ.
Love and forgiveness from the woman who has built her entire life around not getting over something.
Yeah, it's just, you can't talk to these people. You can't get anything through to them. They're just, this is who she's going to be until like, yeah, I'm curious to see like how egregious it gets, but it's just like, this is bad. Oh, she's going to sue us for this, isn't she? Oh boy. Well, yeah. Cool, man. This sucks, but I really appreciate that you made a 90-page document of this woman's foibles.
There's so many foibles to document. I was. What a person.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's. I mean, there's nothing more I can say. I've been down here for 4 hours telling you about this wretched idiot.
I'm so glad I don't have to think about Jennifer Murphy anymore. I've been living in her world for days.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. iftipod@gmail.com for any of your suggestions. We have a document in the show notes about other ideas that you could throw us. Please like and subscribe and rate and review. That genuinely does move the needle for us. We appreciate it. winslowdomain.com for everything that I make. You can still get my game. More stuff about that game is coming out, or the next game is going to be coming out soon, early next year, maybe. And yeah, we're working on it. We're getting it done. And thanks for listening, Jay. Where can they find you?
I'm Jay Brandstetter on Blue Sky. I have my Discord. I'm doing, just working on the show right now. I'm really enjoying the new
Neither
episodes.
of us had fun.
Also sometimes it's, but also just like sometimes you get ones like this where it's just like, man, people are. I'm going to be glad to have some more distance between the stuff I'm talking about with regular episodes.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Well, fucking A. Yeah, again, thanks for listening. Tell your friends. We'll catch you next week. I'm From the Internet is created by Jay Brandstetter and Winslow Domain. Edited by Steve Brown. Music by Steve Isbrook.
Gross.